Hi there, my name's Anna and welcome back to my art channel. So in today's video I'm showing you a little sketchbook session. A few weeks ago I decided it was a good idea to draw and paint some of my local birds here in Germany, and I really enjoyed it. I drew 2 birds on every page of my little sketchbook here, and just researched the according name, and well, I wanted to do some further research about the animals in general, but I didn't actually get around to doing that. But it was still really nice to find out what some of the local birds are called. I probably learned a lot of that in junior school, but I have forgotten since. And some of the birds actually I didn't recognize that are meant to be very common around here, or common around here in any case. And I assume it's because they're more shy than other ones. I mean, I do know what a robin looks like, and a blue tit, but some of the other ones, you know, they just don't show up in the garden as often. And we don't, well, I mean, I don't have a garden, but when we visit my parents, we don't have a bird feeder there, so maybe that's a reason why only the most common ones will show up in the garden. But this was a really nice little exercise. I do enjoy painting and drawing birds. And here I'm sketching out a little serin. I hope I'm pronouncing that correctly. In German they're called Girlitz, and they're little yellow birds. And it's just a good exercise, and it gave me a theme to go by. You know, some ideas for the next few drawings. I didn't have to think too much of what to draw next. I just could go through my reference photos and choose one of those little birds and sketch it out. And now I'm using my micron pen. I've already sketched it out here. I'm using my micron pen to do a bit of an outline that will give the bird a little bit of definition and make it a lot faster process. I don't have to do as much work with the paint. I just kind of fill in some of the color then, and meaning that I can finish this little sketch up fairly quickly. I think it took me less than an hour, maybe half an hour at most, to sketch this little bird and to paint it. And it's just nice to have something small like that sometimes, to have a quick result when you're busy and you're working, and you know, you just get to do some painting in the evening times at best. And that kind of instant gratification of having a finished drawing is really good to stay motivated. I do enjoy more intricate and complicated projects as well, of course, but sometimes you just need something to keep you going, especially if you don't have a lot of time, and you know, to have your next few drawings planned out and not waste any time with thinking about what you want to do next, and you know, learn something along the way as well. So I really enjoyed this little project and decided to film one of those little drawings, and the other little birds you can find over on my Instagram account if you want to look at what they turned out like. And by the way, if you enjoy this video and my other videos, please remember to give me a thumbs up and to subscribe to my channel. I would really appreciate that. And like I said, you can find all of my drawings and paintings over on my Instagram account, and I also have an Etsy shop that I will link down below if you're interested in buying any of my drawings that are not in my sketchbook. I have some prints also, if you are interested. For this drawing, or for this painting, I'm using my Schminke Watercolours, I think mostly, and I'm using some bright yellow here to colour in this little cute bird. And I must say, he did turn out cute, but he's not my favourite one of the series. But that's always the way. You turn the camera on and you don't know what's going to happen, and other times you don't turn it on and you know, you do a really nice drawing and you think that would have been nice if you'd filmed that, but that's just the way it goes. Colouring in the beak now and the little feet. And I'm working in my this from Hahnemühle, I think, my sketchbook. I'm not actually in love with the paper as much as I thought I would be. I actually preferred the paper in my Moleskine sketchbook, which has the same format. So for my next one, I think I'll be going back to the Moleskine sketchbook. And I'm using my silver black velvet watercolor brush. It's medium size. I don't actually remember which size it is, but it's a good size to have for sketchbook drawings. Not too large, not too small. Working in some detail now, doing a little bit of shading with my neutral mixture, just really lightly. And I'm starting to color in the branch, also using my neutral mixture and some oranges as well. On the beak, it has a fairly light color, so I was careful not to go too dark. It's always easier to darken up something than to lighten it, so that's what I'll often do if I'm careful enough. Just build my layers up slowly to not accidentally darken something too much. You can of course lift some of the paint, but it's always easier to add more rather than try and take some away. Especially depending on the paper you're using, it's not really possible. I have another square sketchbook from Arteza, and depending on the page, it's not the same with every page, but depending on the page, the paint really soaks into it and you can't lift anything really. And you have to work really fast if you don't want any harsh edges either.
By creating an imaginary picture, usually it's something that moves.
Adding some more shadow to the branch. And painting in a little bit of a background, a bit of blue to make the bird stand out a little bit more. So this is it for this drawing. I hope you enjoyed it, and until next time.